Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hacker Simulator. This game was recommended to me by a few people in the community, so I thought that we'd go ahead and take a look at it. Don't know a whole lot about it. I did go through a little bit of Security Plus during my time studying for my Security Plus IT exam, so there are some tools in here that I'm familiar with. What's cool about this game is it uses simplified versions of the real world tools, so there's going to be stuff in here that I recognize, and I'm sure there's going to be stuff in here that I don't recognize, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So let's start a new game and take a look. Alright, so like I said, I played about the first 5-ish minutes. We get missions, kind of, hey, do this one thing, and then it's kind of up to us to figure out how to do it. The first little bit kind of is a tutorial and walks us through a little bit on how to do it. So the computer will be our main tool during the hacker journey. You can interact with it by pressing F. Note you can open these tutorial pop-ups at any time, entering the help submenu from the escape pause menu. All right, so this is our apartment. Looks like we might be in Chicago or New York, maybe. Definitely looks more like Chicago, doesn't it? So in this game, I'm assuming we can buy, I don't know if this is furniture or like storage, because you can upgrade the components of your computer and your hardware and I guess hacking tools, and maybe we can store old parts here and sell them, maybe. I'm not really sure. It does look like in the top right we've got a currency, or maybe that's our reputation. So start our first mission here and kind of get into it.
How long have you been sleeping? I've been trying to call you for at least 2 hours.
You're way longer than I expected.
Let's get to work. All right. The first
Especially
thing
today.
you need is a new Wi-Fi network, and to get one, you will need to crack one. I will call you back when you're done.
Open browser software. All right. Hint, you can open software from the shortcut bar on the left side of the screen. Yeah, so I assume this is the internet. Backstore is where we get all of our software. All the tools that you will need will be in the Backstore website. Make sure to visit it regularly. Guys, if I cough or anything like that, I'll try and cut that out of the video. I've been having a chest thing going on lately, probably because of my allergies, so if I miss one during editing, or I should say if my editor Rose misses one during the editing process, I do apologize for that. 3 tools are required in order to crack a Wi-Fi network. You've got your AeroDump, which all these are real tools. AeroDump, AirReplay, and AirCrack are tools that they use in real life to crack Wi-Fi. And all the things that I do recognize and understand, I will kind of describe to you guys. Now, I'm not, an expert at these tools. I have a very basic understanding. So if I explain something incorrectly, please let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to learn more about it. So 3 tools are required in order to crack a Wi-Fi network. AeroDump lists nearby Wi-Fi networks details such as the BSS ID. So that's the ID of the access point, and an access point is what you connect to get your Wi-Fi. AirReplay, send deauthentication packets to capture the handshake key. So what that's going to do is, as we try to connect to a Wi-Fi access point, we're going to send packets to that access point that says, hey, disconnect whatever device is connected to this access point. When that happens, it cuts off the connection to, say, your laptop. When your laptop tries to reconnect to that Wi-Fi access point, it's going to send an authorization or a handshake key, and we're going to use AirCrack to watch the network and grab that handshake key out of the air, and then we're going to crack that handshake key to get our password. So staying connected to the same Wi-Fi network for too long will result in a police arrest. So we've got to bounce around our Wi-Fi networks, leading to a loss of reputation. You can check next to the Wi-Fi icon the detection level of the Wi-Fi network you're connected to. Note that this detection will only be active at reputation level 2, so we don't really have to worry about it yet, it sounds like. So that's good. Note that Wi-Fi networks of higher security will allow you to stay connected for a longer time. All right. So open the terminal. So terminal here, just like command console. And so this is really a Linux environment. it looks a lot like a Linux operating system, not so much Windows. Most of your work will be done using tools. To use those tools, they need to be on your computer. You will be able to use them in the terminal. Some commands require parameters in order to work correctly. Here's an example. Usage is going to be, so we're going to do AirReplay, which is the tool, and then the BSS ID, which is the MAC address of the access point that we're going to want to connect to. You write a command name followed by the parameter without the brackets. So we've got AirReplay and whatever MAC address we want to try and connect to, or the BSS ID. All right, so we've got Wi-Fi networks. We've got two Wi-Fi networks. One we're connected to IP freely, and a Wi-Fi network, it burns when IP. That is awesome. So last time I played, these were different. Can I resize this window? Nah. I prefer to have a much larger window just because, but it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna run the AeroDump tool, AeroDump, and we're gonna do our, we're gonna look for the Wi-Fi networks. Now that we know what we checked our Wi-Fi network up here on the top, but you can run it during to do AeroDump too, and it just scans all of the access points around you at that time. So now we're gonna run our AirReplay, AI replay, and then our BSS ID of CA 4E BA D166C. Apologies for my really slow typing, guys. I'm not a world-class hacker yet. Oops, wrong one. All right, so we're connected to It Burns When IP. My mistake. It's the one that's locked. The IP freely is the one we're connecting to. My apologies. So we're gonna go 95 B3. What is that? B8. 3C. 3F. 74. There we go. We're gonna wait for a reply. We're gonna send that deauthentication request to the access point. We're going to kick off any device that's on that access point, and then we're going to wait to capture that handshake token so we can crack it and find the password. All right, there we go. We've got our handshake key. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use AirCrack. And we're going to AirCrack that file. So we're going to go this. I'm going to push up on the keyboard. That brings us to our last used command. And I'm just going to I'm going to change the parameter. I'm going to change the tool, excuse me, to AirCrack. And we're going to change that to .handshake just to save us a little bit of time not having to type that again. Now AirCrack is working on the key to find our password. Beautiful. We've got it. Key found. TR1TB60W. So now we're going to go over to IP freely. Move this over so I can see it. This here we've got TR1TB60W. And we're in.
I almost remember what it feels like to hack your first neighbor.
Hack your first neighbor.
Now that you're connected to a new Wi-Fi network, your traces are gone. Keep in mind that regularly switching Wi-Fi networks will be very important through your hacker journey. The longer you stay connected to a Wi-Fi network, the bigger the chances are for you to get arrested by the police. Note that the Wi-Fi network will kind of forget you when disconnecting from it. I have a first contract in mind for you, so go buy yourself some tools on the Backstore website.
All right, we got our first contract. So by the Nmap. Oh, Nmap. So Nmap is a network mapping tool. Nmap. And his network map is mapping. So it actually maps a network and the network topography. So you can get kind of a 1,000-foot view at the way the network is set up, which can be very handy if you're trying to use devices to find your way through a network. You can kind of work out a path, and you can use there are certain terms, I can't remember what they're called now, it's been a minute, but you can kind of sidestep through different different devices that have the same level of authentication. If you can get into the first one, something called inherent trust. And so if you can get into that first one and make the next machine think that you're coming from that first machine, there's an inherent trust between those two because they have the same levels of trust. You can move freely through them. So that's where Nmap comes in very handy. All right, let's go to the store. And we're going to grab Nmap. The icon's even very similar. That's really cool.
In this world, your super RGB computer will not be
super RGB.
That's why I bought you a server. Yeah, that's right.
Everybody
Your own
knows
server.
more RGB
Each contract
equals
can be
more
different,
FPS.
So you'll need to make some space on your computer before you do anything. For now, go transfer to your server the tools that you bought during our previous call.
All right. Ooh, now we got to pay for air replay and air crack. Interesting. Shell coin. That's our currency apparently. All right. Oh, Serverzilla. Okay, so we'll leave the store. We'll keep our terminal open. Serverzilla. Your computer's storage space is limited. You can use Serverzilla at any time to transfer files to your personal server. If we've got a personal server, why don't we just get a larger hard drive to store our software on? Just saying. Okay, so computer server. So let's go over to... Oh, transfer to your server the following tools: AirDump, AirReplay, and AirCrack. Hint, click on a folder in the upper section to display its contents in the bottom section. Okay. Hint, click on a file to select it and click on the upper arrow button to transfer. All right, no problem. So it's probably in software. Oh, tools right there. So AirCrack. Can we select more than one at a time? No. Usually, like in Linux, you can hold like control. Even in Windows, you can do it, and you can select more than one. But that's all right.
Now that you're geared up, it's time to honor your first contract.
All right, let's go.
I just sent you on Ziscord the IP address of the network.
Ziscord.
Followed by the name of
Nice.
the file that you need to steal for me. When you're done, just send me the file on Ziscord.
All right, you got it, man. Open the Ziscord software. Hint, you can open software from the shortcut bar on the left. Yeah, I know, you told me that already. Ziscord. All the communication is done through Ziscord. You can consult the requests of your customers and validate, validate the contracts in progress. Override. In order to be able to infiltrate a network, you will need to know its vulnerabilities. That's where Nmap comes in. Oh, that's right. Nmap maps the network, but it also lets you know software versions that things are running, so you might be able to find an exploit, stuff like that. Nmap. So, also, by the way, short disclaimer, don't do any of this in real life. If you Nmap a company, that is a federal felony. That's a felony. It's a federal offense. Don't do it. Now that that's out of the way, to do that, you'll use the Nmap tool on the IP address of the network that you want to scan. All right. So that's, can I copy paste? Please tell me I can copy paste, dude. Yes, beautiful. All right. So we should be able to just do Nmap, the IP address. Yeah. Scan target network by using Nmap tool. Hint, type Nmap IP address for IP. Yeah. Okay, cool. Visit the, I don't like that name. I'm about to get banned off of YouTube in my first video, I think. Looking for a file name called First Contract. Visit the website. Okay. Oh, this is the browser, right? What's this? Oh, it's just a notepad. Okay. So we've got TCP version 1.4.8. So in real life, you could look. There's there are tools online you can go and you can look at the version numbers of certain programs that Nmap finds, and then you can find exploits that version is vulnerable to, and try and use that exploit to backdoor your way into a system. Again, disclaimer: don't do that. Visit the website. How do I get to the website here? So this is this part is all new to me. I mean, I would assume. How do I visit the... Oh, it turns it into a little button down there. Weird. All right. I thought I'd have to type it in. When a network exposes a service on the internet, it also exposes its vulnerabilities. Exploits are developed in order to take advantage of these vulnerabilities, allowing various advantages, such as remote access, for example. To exploit a vulnerability, you need to know the service and the version, like I was saying earlier, of the targeted service in order to download the corresponding exploit, then enter its name in the terminal. All right, so download the exploit corresponding to the service and version displayed. So TCP/80 version 1.4.8. Hint: the HTTP service requires a HTTP overflow exploit. Why are you telling me? While the SMB service requires an SMB eternal one. Dimension shifter. Oh, it's I thought I got a notification or something. For an SMB service with a 1.0.0 version, you will need to download the SMB Eternal 100 exploit. Okay. So we're on 1.4.8. Service is HTTP. Okay. Port. I'm sorry. It's not. The service is HTTP. HTTP version 1.4.8. Not. This is the port, but TCP is. Oh, what is? I can't remember what TCP stands for now, even though it's super basic stuff. All right, so 1.4.8. Here we go. 1.4. This is pretty similar, honestly, to what you kind of find, but this is obviously very much simplified. 1.4.8 service is HTTP. 1.4.8. So we're going to download that. You can check the inventory of your computer by using the ls. Okay. Enter ls to list the folders. Ls followed by the folder name to list its contents. All right, that's a very much similar to let's see, handshake. Sorry, very much similar to a Linux operating system. Okay, so we're gonna go exploit this way. Hint: type exploit name IP address in the terminal, where exploit name is the name of the exploit and you just bought, in the IP address. Okay, so we actually don't need to go into ls to find the tool, but we could go ls tool and it will open up Nmap. So you can see we only have one tool on the computer, which is Nmap. All right, so what we can now do is we can type the exploit name, which is HTTP overflow 148, and then our IP address of, what was it? 183.49.116.105. This is what it looked like when I was in school. Windows everywhere. Shit all over the place. Once an exploit is used on a vulnerable service, you'll be directly connected to the machine that hosts the service. So that's, I mean, yeah, very, very simplified. It's not this easy in real life. To search the content of this machine, you will... Okay, that's where they wanted us to use the ls command. All right, ls. He wants us to find first contract, so maybe ls... Whoops. Oh my goodness, if I could type. ls documents, rain. Find the first contract file by scanning each folder. All right, ls downloads. Rain, approach and part. Okay, ls pictures. There it is. Get first contract. Download first contract by using the get command. Type get folder. Oh, I see. Where the full. Okay, we didn't type the entire address, so it was in pictures / first contract. There we go. Download the file. Big file unless his connection's incredibly slow. There we go. File's downloading. When you download a file, it is created on your computer and renamed to network IP address. Okay, file type. In the current tutorial, the file is not renamed and remains first contract. So really, it would be like the IP address and then pictures or JPEG or whatever it sounds like. All right. Disconnect from the network while using the disconnect command. Whoopsie. Disconnect. There we go. We're out. Send the file to override by clicking the plus button on the Discord conversation. It's very similar to Discord. That's really cool. File name. Send the file over. File name was just first contract. Upload.
Congrats. You just hacked your first network. How does it feel?
Pretty good. Clumsy.
Now we're talking about
because I got shit all over the
not
place.
some movie or video game fancy shit. But don't get me wrong. The network that you just hacked wasn't even secured.
Yeah, I know.
I almost
So it was
forgot.
so easy.
I sent you a package down the street. Go pick it up and keep it in your apartment for me. And don't ask any questions.
Any questions? All your deliveries will be made in the alley. You can travel at any time by walking to the front door of your apartment. Oh, cool. All right, so I don't know how to get away from my computer. Oh, F. All right. F to get into it, F to get out of it. Let's go check our package. Graphics, it doesn't look too bad, actually. The lighting and stuff's really good. Where's our package? Did I walk by it? Is the package the ATM? Do I now have infinite money? Is this it? Go down to the street and pick up the package. Aha! Look at that. There it is. Looked right past it. Alright. Let's go back up to the room. Answer our call. Do I put the package down?
You are now ready to go on your own. I talked to a few people. They'll send you a message soon to give you some work. Good luck, hacker man.
So to remember, don't worry, you can refer to the help section of the pause menu to view pop-ups like this again. You can also find a list of commands by typing the help command in the terminal. That was always helpful. Guess that's kind of the point, right? During the investigations, you will discover several types of text files. Their contents can be displayed using the cat command. All right, here are the different types of contents: address, phone number, social security, and driver's license. All right. Well, all right, guys. So it looks like that was kind of the first getting our feet wet, kind of learning the game, learning the tools, learning where things are. So we'll go ahead, stop the video here. Thank you all so much for joining me here in Hacker Simulator. I think we're going to play this some more. It's been a lot of fun, and definitely interested to see how much more in-depth it gets. If you like the video and you think I deserve it, you guys, a like, a share, and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in the next one.